In all my years of teaching, one of the most common questions I get asked is, do you need to tune your drums? And the answer might be a lot more simple than you think, and we're going to get in this today and cover it. Before we hop into the video, quick announcement for you guys. I recently dropped a super fire, complete start to finish music production course. It's designed to give you every single tool you're ever going to need to produce professional quality music in 30 days, either if you're totally brand new or if you've been producing for a while but you're just struggling to get your sound to the next level. It's over 17 hours of content distributed over 30 days of learning. We also have a super fire community where you can hop in and ask questions, free monthly sample packs, all kinds of cool stuff. Also, we've recently worked out a deal where if you sign up for the course, we can actually give you guys educational discounts on Ableton Live, FabFilter, Isotope, Sound Toys, Kilohertz, Arturia, and Output. So you could literally save thousands of dollars. And as of right now, the course is on sale, so it costs less than dinner. So definitely worth it, definitely worth checking out. Let's get into the video. So the black and white answer to do you need to tune your drums is depends. There's a way we will know if we need to tune them or not, and that is, and the way we judge that is by seeing if they are tonal. So basically what this means is every sound has a number of different frequencies happening at the same time, and some of them have a more formidable resonance in certain frequency ranges. And so they will resonate more with a certain key or note. So let's take a look at some real life examples of when and where we should tune a drum. So I'm just going to go to my library over here and grab a random kick. Random as hell. Decap kick. Perfect. So let's take a look at this kick on a EQ and on a spectrum. So we're going to use EQ3 and a spectrum. So as you'll see, we have kind of like our what's known as our formant, which is our lowest, loudest frequency. We do kind of have a peak here. However, it's not super defined. I wouldn't say this drum is super tonal. This kick in particular, I wouldn't necessarily worry about tuning that much. So here's a kick that's in the key of D sharp. So if we come over here and we look at this one on an EQ, we have a lot more defined of a formant. So the lowest, loudest frequency is a lot more defined. So if you come over here and we look at it on a spectrum, we see that we're getting a very kind of formidable note right here, which is a D sharp, right where it's hitting. Tells us where the note's at. So kicks will be less tonal than some higher element drums. So like something like a snare, like a tuned snare. So notice how this snare has a very particular kind of defined characteristic. We hear that little pink on top. That's like very tonal, like it's resonating with the tone very, very hard. If we come over here, see this peak we have? That is like an undeniable tone that's coming out of this snare, which is, if we look at it, B3, so it's in B. And so if we're working in a track and B is not within the range of notes we're working in, it's not in key, we might want to consider transposing this. Another thing to think of is if we are going to tune drums, what note do we want them in? And the answer for that is I like to stick in the range of our most dominant notes in a key or scale we're working in. So let's say, for example, we're writing in something like F minor. So in the key of F minor, we have F, we have G sharp, and we have C. That's a triad of F minor. So those three notes, the root, the third, and the fifth, are going to be some of the most dominant or powerful notes in that chord or in that key. So let's say, for example, this was in C. We're writing our song in F minor. This is in B. Now, if we move it up one semitone, now this is going to be in C. And this is going to be in our key of F minor. This is going to be a fifth. So this is going to resonate very closely with the rest of our track. So to summarize, we're really just looking for if there's anything like specifically tonal, if we're hearing like a tone getting pulled out of it, or a lot of the times the samples will be marked with what tone they relate closest to if they're tonal. And then we just kind of want to take that tone and we want to use it either in the appropriate key, or if not, we want to warp it so that it's in a note of the key we're working with that makes sense. So that can be a root, that can be a third, that can be a fifth, that can be a seventh. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope this kind of helps explain if we need to tune our drums or not, and if so, when to do them. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.